Linear Progression of the Zone Improvement Plan, 1963 to 1983. Welcome to Hush History. Tonight, we're going to explore the structural evolution of the United States Postal Service, focusing specifically on the implementation of the Zone Improvement Plan, or what you know today as zip codes. Prior to 1963, postal delivery in the United States relied on a two-digit local area system. This was manageable when mail volumes were low, but by the late 1950s, the growth of paper mail required a more robust numerical structure. Section 1. Three-digit divisional centers. Imagine, if you will, a map of the United States. In 1944, a postal inspector named Robert Moon proposed a three-digit code to designate Divisional Center Facilities, or SCFs. The first number represents a broad geographic area. 0 covers the Northeast, including Maine and Vermont. 1 moves slightly south toward New York and Pennsylvania. 9 reaches the West Coast. The second and third numbers represent the central post office facility for that area. If you lived in a rural area, your mail would travel by rail or truck to this central node, where it would sit briefly before being sorted into smaller piles. This was the birth of the hub and spoke model. It wasn't exciting, it was efficient. Paragraph 2. Mr. Zip and the Marketing of Boredom. To convince the American public to use these numbers, the post office introduced a mascot named Mr. Zip. He was a two-dimensional lineman with a hat. He didn't have a face because the numbers spoke for themselves. In 1963, the post office launched a massive campaign. They didn't force people to use zip codes at first, they just suggested it. They released a jingle performed by the Swingin' Six. It was a song about sorting mail. Imagine a group of people singing about logistics for 3 minutes. By 1967, the post office was mandating zip codes for second and third class bulk mailers. That changed everything for the catalog industry. Sears Roebuck catalogs now had to be sorted by number before they even reached the loading dock. Section 3. The 1983 expansion. The twist. For 20 years, the 5-digit code reigned supreme, but the volume of mail continued to expand like a slow-moving fog. By the early 80s, 5 digits weren't enough to identify a specific block. Then came the twist. In 1983, the USPS introduced Zip Plus 4. Many thought it would be a radical change. They feared the complexity of 9 digits. But the twist wasn't a revolution, it was an addition. The extra 4 digits didn't represent a new city, they represented a specific side of a street or a specific floor of an office building. The public largely ignored it. Even today, most people don't know their plus 4 extension. It exists in the background, a silent numeric shadow used primarily by high-speed sorting machines that read envelopes at 36,000 per hour using optical character recognition. We need to delve deeper into the nitty-gritty of the Zip Plus 4 implementation and the technicalities of the sorting machine. We'll continue the script from Twist, the 1983 expansion, and move on to the mechanical monotony of the 1990s. Section 4. The Mechanics of Barcodes. While the public was largely unaware, a silent revolution was taking place in the basement sorting facilities of every major U.S. city. In the late 1980s, the USPS introduced the POSTNET barcode. If you look at the bottom of a utility bill today, you'll see a series of long and short vertical bars. It's not just ink, it's a mathematical representation of your physical location. Each bar represents a bit, a 0 or a 1. A standard 5-digit zip code requires 32 bars. A 9-digit zip plus 4 requires 52 bars. And then, in the early 90s, they added the delivery point code, which is usually the last 2 digits of your street address. That brings the total number to 62 bars. Imagine a machine, the Wide Area Barcode Sorter, WABS. It doesn't sleep. It doesn't blink. It simply reads these bars at a frequency that is beyond human comprehension. It processes the letters so fast that they become a blur on white paper, yet it never loses track of a single digit. Section 5. The geography of the first digit. Let's go back to the geography of these numbers. It's a sequence that runs like a slow wave from east to west. 0. We start on the cold, rocky coast of Maine, move through the dense forests of Vermont and the small, crowded streets of Rhode Island. 1. We cross the border into New York and Pennsylvania. Here, the numbers start with 100, 110, 150. 2. The numbers descend into the mid-Atlantic, Maryland, Virginia, West Virginia. The terrain changes, but the logic remains numerical. 3. We reach the South, Georgia, Florida. The humidity increases, but the zip code remains cool and mathematical. When we reach 9, we are in California, Oregon, and Washington, 90210, 98101. The journey from 0 to 9 takes 3,000 miles, yet it is limited to a single integer. Section 6. Paper stock and ink. Think about the paper. The USPS has strict rules about the reflection of an envelope. If a letter is too dark, the machine can't read the barcode. If the paper is too shiny, the light bounces back and creates noise. Each envelope has a specific quiet zone, a small rectangular space where no writing should ever go. It's a sanctuary of emptiness. It's a place where the sorting machine seeks peace. If you use a blue pen, the machine will see it. If you use a black pen, the machine will see it. But if you use a certain shade of fluorescent red, the machine may hesitate. And in that microsecond of hesitation, the flow of the national mail stream slows infinitely. Section 7. Final delivery. Each morning at approximately 7 a.m., the order is complete. The mail is loaded on a long-life vehicle, the LLV. These trucks have no air conditioning. They have no radios. They are designed for one purpose, to travel in a straight line every 30 feet. The carriers follow a line of travel. They do not choose their path. The path is determined by the numerical sequence we are discussing. 1, 2, 3, 4. The mail arrives. It falls through the slots and into the slots. It falls to the floor with a soft, papery sound. The zip code's journey is over. The numbers have done their job. The system is at rest. Closing. Good night. Thank you for being with us this far.